Whenever you're ready.
All right. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Monroe Martin podcast. I am joined by two of the funniest people that I know. And usually the way this podcast works is I invite one person on that I know really well, and then they invite somebody on that I don't know that well, but I know this person way better than I know the person that I initially invited on. Today, I have the funny Liz Miele. I call her self-made, the self-made princess. This chick done shot so many goddamn specials on her own. Like, her calendar is always fucking packed up. Like, she's just out here killing it. Then we got Shafi Hossain, who's out here killing it. He's very popular on social media right now, where he used to be my opener. Now I should be opening for this dude.
Right.
Yo, but everybody's killing it. Give it up for Liz Miele and fucking Shafi Hossain.
I'm clapping for Liz
Clap
and
for
Monroe.
both of you.
I'm doing it.
I met you a long time ago, Liz, but I think we officially was like, oh, you're not weird. Like, you know, comics do that. Oh, you're not weird. You're a good person.
I think in this business, you meet people like 6 or 7 times before you figure out what your friendship is. Like, and I don't even mean like, not only just like how close, but what you connect on. Like we connect on like animals and like pet. Like I would say like pets and like working out.
Yeah, we both have cats.
Yeah.
And
Wait, do you still have a cat?
What am I get rid of my cat? I love my fucking cat.
You only post pictures of your dog, so
because I have to. Because my wife thinks I don't love the dog. I don't. I love my dog, but not as much as I love my cat.
I saw you put a post of your dog licking your hair.
My dog is weird. My dog's a weirdo, yo. All she does is just climb on top of the couch and just start licking the top of my head. Or anyone's head. She just likes black product.
Yeah.
She likes black hair products, yo. She was like, ooh, this is that shea butter. This shit good.
I was like, is this olive oil? I like this.
She
Good
fucking
fat.
go crazy. Like, I think she's been eating the middle of my hair. Like, so this part of my hair is long, this part of my hair is long, and the middle is gone. And I think she's just been fucking taking a piece.
I mean, that's
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Don't
My
be playing
mom
your
got both of her. My mom got all her hair. Her dad got all her hair. If anything, I'll probably be like bad haircuts or genetic. My fucking granddad on her side, fucking terrible haircuts. Yeah. And then
does the dog sleep with you?
We try, but the problem is like she'll get up in the middle of the night and then start fucking eating panties, bras.
Eating panties and bras?
Yeah, because my wife is sometimes she just throws shit on the floor. Like she'll just take off her clothes and throw it by the hamper, and then the dog go over there and like, time to eat.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like every animal's just like, let me try it first.
Yeah.
And you're just like, hey man, we don't have the pet insurance for you to have like lace down your throat.
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember I had a friend upstate in Albany. She had like 2 cats, and one of the cats ate something she didn't know, so it cost her like $2,500.
No, dude.
$2,500.
I do like that kid thing. Like you ever see a kid's like, what's in your mouth? And then you see a mom just put their phone into I do that with my cat. I'm like, what? We don't have the money for this. I'm like, what is that, dental floss? No. And my parents used to be vets, so I know the cost of all this stuff. I'm like, no. You'll die. I'll let you die. Like,
you would? You'll go there?
I absolutely wouldn't.
I remember the first time we had to take our dog to the vet because she was licking herself so bad, like in her vagina area, and it was like red and it was like poking out, and we were like, what the fuck is going on? Like, oh my God, like maybe she got like this disease.
Got herpes. Who you been with?
Yo,
who you been with?
Because we were taking her to the dog park and we was like, yo, somebody got our dog.
Interspecies love. It's
something
forbidden.
happened. We took her to the vet in the middle of the night. It was like one of these 24-hour vets, and it was like fucking 2 a.m. in the morning. It's raining outside.
Yeah,
they wouldn't let us inside. We had to like hand the dog over through the crack in the door.
They give you
and
a better
like that.
dog back.
Yeah, nothing. We got to say it was like 2 hours has passed. They give her back, and it's like she has allergies, and we was like, oh, okay, so like how much? $350 for allergies? Nah, something really better be wrong with this dog. We were like, you sure? Like, we need something. And we was like, we can put a cone on her. I'm like, that just, in my mind, a cone justified it. I was like, this is the $350 cone. She had it on for like 2 weeks.
That's so fun. I just picture you in an ambulance, like with blaring sounds at 12 a.m.
Like,
it's an emergency.
Nah, we was in that car.
Like a little cat, a little dog defibrillator, just like, stay with us.
Yo, I'm never doing it again. Like, we made a deal that it has to be near death before.
Yeah,
Can
no.
you call 911 if your pet's in trouble? Like, is that something you guys?
No,
have
you
done?
cannot.
No,
cannot? Really?
they're gonna be like, it's a dog.
It's a dog.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, nobody cares about your dog.
What if the dog is attacking you, and then you're like, oh, I need help?
I mean, then they'll come and shoot it if that's what you
Yeah,
want.
that's
Yeah,
probably what could-
they're like, we
Shoot
won't
it.
come and shoot it, but that's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
They
We're
probably,
gonna charge you
they
for
probably
that.
would love that. They were like, oh, I would love to come and shoot
The cops
dog.
charge you. Like certain
your
things,
dog?
you'll get a bill. So I think if the cops
What?
have to come and like shoot your own dog, you can get a bill for that shit.
Are you serious?
Really?
Yeah.
No.
What video game
Yeah. I
was
don't
that
know
from?
if that's the on certain things. So what I've learned is, how did I learn this? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go back. So I think there was an accident around our way, and something happened where the dude hit a pole or whatever, and the cops had to come. He was drunk. He went to jail, and I think they still had to charge his mom for the fucking like damages done to the city.
Yeah, but that's not the. It's not. But that's a charge for hitting a pole. I don't think it's a charge for showing up and putting you in jail, or even just. You know what I mean? Like if I call the cops, let's say my dog is attacking me. Like there was a situation. It was actually an employee for my dad where they had these. It was like chow puppies. They had two chow
Chows?
Chow chows, and chows are actually like. You know, they talk about pit bulls, but pit bulls aren't nearly as.
They look aggressive.
But chows are really aggressive.
Yeah.
They're like one of the worst breeds. And so they had these chow puppies, and it went to attack his wife. And he's a big guy. He literally intervened. It glomped onto his arm.
Oh my
Ripped
God.
it off his arm, threw it down the stairs, and shut the door. These dogs were like crazy. I mean, he came into my dad's practice. He had like parts of his arm coming out.
Oh,
but
God.
it was crazy. But like in that situation, if they called the cops to be like, "Hey, we don't know what to do with these,"
Yeah.
it would probably be more like pet services or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm
that's
gonna Google.
that's a situation where like the state provides this. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I don't think that dog's gonna survive. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
But more likely it would be a pet service
Yeah.
that would come.
What
and-
kind of people would get like a dog like that to begin with?
Well,
I don't
you
But you don't
sometimes
know.
you
Chow
don't
chows are
know.
cute, but they got that purple black tongue for a reason.
You don't.
They're like,
you
yeah.
also don't know with certain breeds what's going to trigger them, especially if you adopt a shelter
Yeah.
dog. You don't know what kind of situation.
Because your
they've
your,
been-
your cat bites toes. I went to her place and her cat tried to bite my toe.
but
Like
it's a kitten.
aggressively.
Yes, but it's a kitten.
Yeah.
It's a kitten.
How old is your cat?
10 months now.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. My cat will just, if you touch my cat, she will bite you.
yeah. Do
But
you
that-
do you touch your cat?
Yeah, I can do whatever I want. My cat loves me.
Oh, like
My cat
stranger.
only loves. She's like, it's energy.
Yeah.
Certain people, she's just like, I just feel a good energy.
Yeah.
And she'll go towards them. And then some people, they like reach and she's like, like she gets
wow.
big and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's my
Like
favorite.
she don't like Jordan Fisher. I don't know if she doesn't like Jordan Fisher, but I think the first time she met Jordan, she hissed and Jordan was like, "What's wrong with your cat? Your cat's aggressive." I was like, don't blame the
Yeah,
cat.
yeah. What did you bring to
Yeah.
the table, Jordan?
That's really funny.
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, it's some animals are. It's like people. It's just
Yeah.
like some of them have an energy that you're like, hey man, I didn't do this. This is on you. And some are just like, oh, let's get to know each other.
Yeah.
Like I think most animals, you have to give them some time, especially cats, where
Yeah.
we are so much bigger than them.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to just like how we met, I think it's really interesting in this business where you kind of see people's name for years,
Yeah.
you run into them for years. You might never, you might see their material before you ever have a conversation with them, so you have
Mm-hmm.
this other kind of idea. But what I always remembered is you were just super nice, like you
Yeah.
were just like a super friendly person. So then when we finally had something to talk about, I was just like, I made a friend.
He was like, "Hey, what up?" It was at Borgata.
Was it?
Like when we actually, because we
Oh, that's
hung out
true.
that
Yeah.
whole week.
Oh yeah, you hung out with my brother.
Yeah, I hung out with
Yeah.
your brother. We went to the arcade. Shit was fun.
Yeah.
It was like, 'cause usually when I go there, no, the Borgata is fun. I have fun at the shows. All right. My grandmother comes out. Keep booking me. But during the day,
It's a bummer,
just,
and you can get really
be so
depressed.
That's just
boring.
like any
yeah.
casino. I feel like any casino gig, it's just like I don't know.
Yeah.
What to do
You don't realize that you don't leave sometimes because there's coffee there, there's food there, or whatever. So
Yeah.
my tradition, because I've done it like maybe a half a dozen times.
Yeah.
My tradition is my brother comes with me. He'll bring like the console for his video games. He makes the TV into a video game. I
Don't
know.
make video games seem like you're like,
I don't know.
Video games are fun. That's
No,
what
no.
me and your brother we
Yeah,
click.
I'm just saying
I was
I
like,
don't
oh,
understand what he
yeah.
does. He plugs some stuff in. We play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But we have a tradition where like he'll come, I'll get writing done, he'll do whatever he does. We at the end of the week we spend $20, $10 each, and we just gamble. But like we just get excited if we come back with even close to like one year we spent $20 and we left with 25, and you would have thought we won $1 million.
Like,
We were freaking out that we like were up $5.
Yeah.
But we try to go get cheesesteaks, we try to go to the boardwalk, we try to walk every day. Like my brother is the one that keeps me sane for that week. And he even asked recently, he's like, "Are you doing the borgata again?" Because that is like one of our favorite bonding times.
Yeah.
When I've only done it once when he wasn't there, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this on my own.
Yeah.
Because it's not
so fucking boring.
Also, so I didn't realize this. So I don't do room service. I don't know about you. I do not want room service. I don't want anybody in my room. I don't want people touching my stuff.
Turn down service and all that. I'm the same way.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
But in casinos, if you go more than a couple of days, they call you because they think you're dead.
Yeah.
Because I went 4 days,
check. Yep.
and they're like, "Hi, can we do anything?" And I go, "No," and they're like, "Is everything okay?" And I was like,
"Are you being held hostage?"
Yeah. but I'm like, I'm just here for work. Like I'm not gambling. I still have all my
They're
money.
like, why is such a sane person staying in our hotel?
Yeah.
It's not fun for anyone.
And it's weird that they don't just put that as a note next to our name, like, "Oh, this is a comic.
Yeah.
Leave them alone unless they call."
Not suicidal.
Yeah.
I mean, comics, they probably think that they're going to kill themselves
Yeah.
too.
Are comics still sad? Are we that? Because I'm not as sad. As
I feel like there's like a
stereo-
switch. I mean, I feel like nowadays comics are a bit more like, they go to therapy, they're more understanding, they're like taking self-care a bit more seriously. I think there's like a shift, at least, I mean, you guys are like seniors to me. My
but I
generation.
feel the same way as he does, because when I heard about comedy, it was always like just lonely comic on the road, and all he does is drugs in order to connect. And then I thought that would be my path, and I don't really see those type of people. Maybe I don't surround myself with those type of people, but
That's
I'm like,
probably
most
it,
comics
too.
are in shape.
Yeah.
If I can, like, they try to find something else to make them happy besides comedy.
I think it's a graduating class thing. Because think of it this way, like most of the stories I hear from younger comics is how cutthroat everybody is and mean and da 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 da. But when you're in a scarcity place where you don't know if you're gonna make it, or you don't know how to get work or whatever, you're making shittier choices and you're not being the best person. Not everybody, but there's a type of person in this business that reacts that way. But once you start to have some success, maybe you're working more, maybe you have a fan base, whatever, I see a lot of that personality calm down, as well as when people have healthy partners. They have solid friendships, and maybe they have like a good manager that's keeping them in the right headspace, whatever. But I've seen people calm more in a place of abundance as opposed to a place of scarcity. So what I've noticed is both in my own heart, but also in my friends and my community, it's changed so drastically now that we're all doing relatively well and we have a more solidified path. I do think therapy is some of it. I do think we as a community have shifted somewhat in a healthy way, but I still know tons of stories of comics that are just fucking chasing women to fuck. They're just doing tons of drugs. Like there's still a lot of debaucherous and unhealthy behavior. But I think for the most part, this scarcity to abundance fixes some of it, as well as who you surround yourself by.
That makes sense.
But I can usually tell, like when somebody's in a bad place, I'm like, yeah, dude, you're hanging out with these dudes.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying they're not good people, but I'm also saying like every time you feel like you're doing better, somebody emotionally is dragging you down. And this business is so much who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, absolutely. How'd you meet Shafi? Because I met Shafi. I met you through your show.
Yeah.
And then you was like, hey, if you ever need somebody to open up.
I think the common denominator is me. I opened for both of you guys multiple times. Love it. Highly recommend it. I mean, you both are like so kind to me. I think I met you through my show. You were doing my show a bit. And then Liz also had done my show. And then I just...
But I actually met you at the barbershop show first. You were hosting it.
Yeah, I was hosting a show in maybe like 2021.
Yeah, like when things started to open up.
Yeah, and then
and he had all these like science jokes. I was like, "Who's this dork? I love this."
Yeah, and then we went to Syracuse together where we bonded.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what was our first? I think
our
I think
first gig was a gig that you put me on. You booked it.
Oh yeah, in Connecticut.
Yeah,
Was that
yeah.
Connecticut one?
It was a Connecticut gig. It was cool.
And
It
then
was fun. I was scared as shit in your car though.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he had that crack in his window for a long time.
Oh yeah, I don't think Liz saw the crack.
I got
I
Shafi.
had to deal with the
I
crack.
had Shafi got his
God.
life. He would never.
Yeah.
He would
Oh my
never.
God, he
risk
had
my safety.
a fucking crack going. It was a gash. Fuck that. It wasn't a crack.
What
It
kind
was
of crime are you doing,
It was
Shafi?
through the whole, right? I
so
was like, I asked you like 3 times. I was like, this is good, right? He's like, it's fine.
I've been
there
driving
for a while.
Yeah, I remember that. Because I remember how that happened. I was driving by myself and there was like a truck in front.
Did something hit your windshield?
Yeah, something hit my windshield. It was like it was not like a big.
No, not at
but
all.
it was like a so fast velocity that all it took was like a small.
And then next
like
thing you know,
sling.
it
it just like
up.
crawls
and,
up.
It's,
Yeah.
I won't go behind those cars because of that. I know 3
Yeah.
different people that their windshield got cracked because of just like a little piece of.
What type of car was it? It was like
It's
a pickup.
Honda Civic. Oh,
No.
the car in front of me.
Yeah.
It was like a truck that was carrying like cement or something. Yeah, just like
In a
not-
Vendetta.
Yeah,
No.
and it was just like
Carrying
going
Vendetta.
fast.
Damn, and
Just
you
going
was on them
fast.
because you had to be on them too.
I was like, he was actually on the middle lane. I was on the right, trying to pass him, and then he slinged me. He slinged
Damn,
me.
he's like,
Yeah.
like a Mario
a ninja
Kart.
star. Like he
Yeah,
slinged me.
yeah.
I was like, oh
He
no.
spirals.
It's like,
like,
yeah.
Dude,
loses all his
that's
points.
Very
I made
scary.
peace with death that first time. I was just like, well, whatever's going to happen, happen. I promise you.
I remember you playing Jay-Z at the time.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, let's just like die together, but like get some good beats out.
Yo, I was putting them on music.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, yo, like here's what I like about this track and blah 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 and this beat, and if you listen to how they say this, like I nerd out when it comes to music.
no,
we was playing everything. Yeah.
Well, it was fun because we went to the funeral together,
Yeah.
and what was funny is we were doing
Whose
the same.
funeral was it?
I said Dave Kimowitz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go to Dave's funeral together, and we're DJing kind of back and forth, and
To a funeral?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
man,
we
you
had
gotta
like
boost morale.
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
2.5 hours. We're gonna
Yeah.
just cry the whole time. That's what the funeral's for.
Yeah.
So we're going back and forth, and this is one of my favorite. I told this to somebody recently. You play a song, and I liked it,
Yeah.
but I'm not exaggerating. Every other word was the N word.
Yeah.
Every other word.
Yeah.
And he's like all excited. He's like, "What'd you think?" And I was like, "Monroe, I can't listen to this."
Yeah.
Like,
Monroe said I could say it. I was like, I'm not going to. There's no
because
way.
it's one thing for it to be scattered or whatever, but I was like to and it was a good beat, but like to listen, it would ruin my brain. Like that's I cannot have that word just
I remember
sitting.
you saying that.
I was like, I looked at him, I was like, I can't. I'm not. We need to cleanse my mind.
You're like, I can't do this.
I can't.
But this whole time, I thought you was mixed until I met like your mom, and I'm like, wait, you're not black?
I know. I get it a lot.
Oh, that's why you're playing that music. That
Yeah.
makes sense now.
You're like, she can handle this.
No,
And
like,
I'm
she's fine. She says it. And then I was like, oh no, she doesn't at all.
I do not.
When will white women take control of the word Karen? Like when I want like white
Karen is very
girl
new.
rappers to be just like Karen,
But
like,
also, but
fill
also,
a song
like,
with Karen.
but the truth of the matter is, Karen is a personality type.
Yeah.
You're not everyone's a Karen.
Right.
And then also you have Karen moments. Like I've had moments where I'm just like, I've never been like, let me talk to your manager, but I've had moments where I'm like, I have to calm myself because I want somebody to get fired.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that level of angry.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've
he's seen that. Where-
Everyone needs to have a Karen though.
No, there are
Well,
helpful.
you have to advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
Because sometimes a Karen is like, "Hey, this is unsafe. My
Yeah.
kids are going to get hurt, and you are good." You know what I mean? Harm is in the way. There's Karens that, women, Mothers Against Drunk Driving
Yeah.
is just a great Karen group. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They changed the world,
Yeah.
and now we have less drunk driving. There are helpful Karens.
Yeah.
A negative Karen is somebody that doesn't get their way or has, you're at a restaurant, it's packed, it's one waitress about to lose her mind, and you're like angry because they didn't get you ketchup. It's like, look at the situation. Get up and get your own ketchup. Like some situations, it's just people being privileged assholes. And that's where you're just like,
So maybe we need to change it. Maybe it's like Karen with a capital K.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How else can you spell Karen?
Or you can just say Care versus Karen.
A
Yeah.
carry?
I don't know, like take one word out and be like, oh, then that's how you can distinguish. Because
Catherine?
Catherine.
Maybe
that's
a
good.
Catherine?
Yeah.
Well, also you have to keep in mind Karen's a little bit of an older name. Like
Yeah.
there's not. I had maybe a Karen in middle school, so maybe my like a older millennial might be a Karen, but for the most part, it's people's moms.
I have a friend whose name is Karen.
How old is she?
How old is she?
My age, 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry
We don't
for
hang
everyone.
out anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry, I can't.
I have to
But
cut
the
you out.
N word can be a personality type too.
No, it cannot.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can, yo. You like this motherfucker. Listen to Chris Rock's bit, all right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, the
Niggas
difference
versus-
between
yeah,
I know
black
that
people
bit.
versus that's true.
Why are you
There's
trying to
something-
get me canceled?
I'm not trying to
Why
get
are
you
trying
canceled, but I'm not
just
trying to
said
get
how
you canceled.
You're just like, maybe this was your last special. I like how you're like, so you're like, she's self-made and now she's gonna self-destruct.
No, I don't want you to self-destruct. Keep killing it. But nah, sometimes like you like, oh, this nigga here. You think that because some people just they overdo it. Like it's just this thing that they're proud of.
Yeah, but I just said this dude. I don't.
Yeah,
You
you,
don't
have,
say
to,
the
you have to
nigga?
understand that's not in our voc. Just like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
certain vocabulary
Yeah.
words I'm too dumb to know. There's certain I would never. So like there's also a change in vocabulary. Like I'm Jersey trash. I grew up with like calling everything gay, good or
Yeah.
bad, calling everything retarded, good
Yeah.
or bad. And eventually somebody goes, hey, that hurts my feelings, or hey,
Yeah.
think about what you're saying when you say that. And as you've matured and gotten older, I've had to change, but it's like so ingrained in you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty good at not saying any of that stuff. But there's occasionally somebody really pisses you off, and I want to reach for retarded.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, that is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I
So
still
the-
say retarded.
I honestly, we were just at a gig this weekend, and it's a hard R, man. It it really kind of shocks you a little bit because you're like, hey, you're an adult. There's
Yeah.
no way you didn't get the memo that you shouldn't
Yeah.
say that. It's just like I
I say it if I'm calling myself retarded. Like I have jokes about like, I don't. But when I say retarded, I just mean retarded.
Yeah, there's-
I just mean.
But I
stupid.
think-
But I figure it out.
You
I dance around it.
You figure it out. You do you. But I think for myself, I really don't want to hurt people. Like this, the focus, especially when you're telling jokes, I don't want to hurt people's feelings, and I don't want them to be distracted by something that's going to make them think about
the word and not the bit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And-
that's a lot of it.
And if you think about us in a job, we are the people that are selecting every word to have a certain visceral response. And to pretend like you don't know what that word means to a lot of people is a lie because you think about every word that comes out of your mouth. So for me, it's like, I'll just think of a better word. I'll be more creative.
Yeah.
So, I have an older bit where a guy prescribed Accutane, and I was like, that's ridiculous. Like you can't, I have an autoimmune disease. You can't, that's like, it's so bad for you. It hurts the baby. And he goes, it doesn't hurt. He goes, it only hurts the baby. It doesn't hurt the person.
Yeah.
So as long as you're not pregnant, it's fine. And I was like, that is so, and instead of saying retarded, I go, that is, what are you, an Accutane baby? Like I was like, you know what I mean? Like you have to like find.
I think that's a good replacement.
That's a
Accutane
good
baby.
replacement. But then
We can just start that from now on.
Accutane babies.
Yeah, instead of just saying the R word. Just
Nah, I'm keeping retarded because my bit where I extended a bit that I do about like technology and ultrasound being more accurate about not only gender but also personality types because now we have designer babies and then I go
Wow, I really want to listen to this bit now. I'm
it's
so
a good
intrigued.
I love it.
It's so cool.
He
It's
actually
been
got a
working.
PhD just
You're
to write
writing
this
about
bit.
Just to write this
designer
shit.
babies
They
now?
got designer babies.
No,
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
So then I go. So basically, the whole thing is how I wouldn't be here if that existed, and everybody. And then people go, "Oh, but you're funny," and I go, "Well, funny doesn't really mean anything when you're a kid."
Yeah.
I was like, I had to test out of remedial classes every year, and to their surprise, and they were surprised, and they're like, "What's happening?" It's like, I'm not retarded. I'm just hilarious, and it gets to laugh. But I can't say remedial twice. I have to say a harder word that makes them go.
And I think
"Oh,
that's
shit."
and I think that has some context in it, especially because the truth of the matter is when we grew up and how they would have talked to you, that's how they would have talked to you. I think it's more like when you put it on somebody else.
Oh no, I don't call people retarded.
Yeah.
I don't do that. There's other fun words.
Because you're trying to. There's so many fun words. Be creative, guys. But it's like the truth of the matter is like certain words are used to hurt people.
Yes.
So if you go back to hip hop, that word in that moment isn't to hurt anybody. But in my culture, in my face, you know what I mean? Like
You was very uncomfortable.
yeah. Well, I don't want to ever have it be misconstrued in a hurtful place. And what am I going to be like? I just love hip hop. They'll be like, sure, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Like, so you just get, but like, it is very interesting where that song had so many.
Look,
it rots your brain, because I'm the type of person, when I love a song, I'll listen to it over and over and over again. You wake up thinking about it. I'll listen to a song like 70 times a day for a week.
Yeah.
And I knew as soon as I was like, I like it, but I can't
listen to that. And it was every song I was playing. It wasn't that. It wasn't like it was like 2 songs, people. It was like every single track I played, everybody was a nigga.
Like, well, I love SZA, but like I'll have to do radio editions sometimes.
She don't say nigga that much.
Her first album, it was a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's a lot for you? To me, excessive, if you say it like 10 times each song, that's a lot. But like I can deal with 5 niggas per track.
If it's in the chorus, it's the chorus. If the chorus is catchy and it's in the chorus, we got a problem.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Because she would like to sing along. And
Here's the problem. If it's in the chorus, I only count that as one nigga.
Yeah, see, that's several.
Yeah, I guess I'm deaf to that word.
Yeah,
and I'm actually trying to stop saying it too. Just because,
you said 10 times per track already.
I know,
This is one long track. It's a podcast.
I'm trying to stop saying it as much because my wife doesn't say it. Her friends don't say it. Like, my wife's Colombian, and I like...
Are they allowed to say it?
It's not about is she allowed to say it or not. Because I can't give out that pass. You know what I mean? Like, who am I?
She has a card.
Yeah, my husband's black, so here I can say it. Yeah.
Did she say it in the past? That's what I'm trying.
She said she used to say it in the past, but then, and I go, why don't you say it around me? And she just doesn't use it at all.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, why? And she's like, I don't know. She was like, now that I'm older, it doesn't make sense to say it. I think it's insensitive. I got black people in my family. She didn't even say it in music.
Yeah.
But
that's good progress.
Most of the time when I say it on stage, I'm never saying it to the point where it helps the joke. It's just for a pause, or I'm like, this nigga here, where I don't even have to say this nigga here.
Yeah,
I'm like, I can say this dude, look at this dumb. I can
Yeah.
pick so many words
Yeah.
where I go, oh, hey, I am not using it.
Don't you get a laugh though when you say that?
But I don't want to get a laugh.
No, it's like a smaller. It's not the main point.
When
It's
white
like a
people
smaller
laugh when you use the N word, it is different. You know they're not laughing because they relate and they're overlooking that word. Black people overlook it and they don't even hear the nigga part.
Yeah.
If you like, look at this dumbass nigga right here. Black people don't hear the nigga part. They're like, look at this dumb. But white people hear it.
Oh wow.
And I've had white people say it back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
in a show?
Yeah,
Of course, because also what happens is they try to compliment a joke. First of all, they butcher it. Like I had a joke about being scared of being raped, and they would repeat it back, and I was like, you didn't know.
Yeah.
You can't. You don't.
Yeah.
I know you heard it right, but don't ever repeat the version you heard.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I can see when they repeat it back, it's just this garbled thing that you're like.
And their eyes light up.
They can't wait to use it. And you know where it really hit me? Edmonton, Canada.
What did you do when
I just what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna be like, don't say it after I just said it 52 times.
Yeah.
I just had to like step back and be like, I can't.
Was it post show or during the show?
Yeah, the lady. It was after the show. Well, I had it said to me on stage, but I had the ER thing. But that was in Scottsdale, Arizona.
You have a bit about it.
I have a bit about
I remember
it. Yeah.
that.
But it was in Edmonton after the show, and lady and her husband came up to me, and it was like, "Oh man, we had a great time, man. You a funny nigga, man."
Oh
like,
my god!
And I was like, "What?"
No.
But that's not even
And she
like
was
doing
like,
the
"You,"
joke.
but she was like, "But you said it." And I was like,
"Wow, no, there's no."
And I just
she's
had to
acting
take that on the
dumb.
chin.
There's
Yeah,
no
I had
way.
to take that on the chin because as a
way.
professional, like. We gotta show some sort of composure, because people are always gonna act dumb. No
I
matter
mean, this
where we
happened
go.
like last week. We're doing a show together. I was opening for Liz, and I was asking this white guy, like I was just like asking a question.
You
Yeah,
seen the whole thing go
she
down?
was there. I was asking a question to this guy, and I mean, he seemed playful.
Yeah.
Like, there was a second. I asked like one question, he responded, and I asked another question, and then he was like, "Oh, this feels like reverse Guantanamo." I was like, "What just happened, dude?" You know what I mean?
handled it so well.
Every time a brown guy asked him a question, he was like, "You're not supposed to be doing that." I asked the question. You know what I mean? Like the kinda that was. I was like blown away by
Did you
it.
ask, do you have any like brown friends? And he goes, I have a token brown
Yeah, he just
friend.
couldn't stop.
And we were like, hey man, everything you're saying is wrong.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was
And
like,
how did he react?
he shut it down.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he had some good quibs back, and he handled it great. But like immediately, and then
Then he bought a book from you after. He
my
was
God.
not. He was a good Patreon. He was a good
good
customer.
his girlfriend, wife, whatever, she was equally all. I'm glad they found each other. They were
Yeah.
both super annoying,
Awkward.
chatting stuff
They're
out,
awkward.
Yeah.
just delusional, and just the type of people that they're like, that was a great party, and as they left, everybody's like, I'm so glad they left the party,
yeah.
like that kind of. But and it's like I understand we meet those people all the time. But there is situations like I had a guy. This was actually at City Steam, probably like 10 years ago. I'm like selling my CD or whatever. This guy comes up to me.
Wow, CD.
I know CD,
Damn.
bro. Dude,
Self-made. She's been doing it.
I've been
She's
out
been
here.
doing it.
Almost cassettes.
If
Yeah.
you could, you could probably
I
sell
was passing
floppy.
out my 8 tracks.
Floppy
yeah,
disk.
yeah. So I'm selling my CDs after the show, and this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Women aren't funny, but you are funny."
Oh
That's
my
stupid.
god.
And
he
women
said
are fucking funny.
And he said it
That's
like he was
so
excited to
crazy.
tell me. And I go, "Why would you say that to me?"
Yeah.
He goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "Repeat what you said." He goes, "Women aren't funny, but you're funny." He's like, "It's a compliment." I go,
Where?
"Where?" Exactly. I was
Yeah.
like, "Where is the compliment?" Keep in mind, I have like a long line of people. I go, "Do you understand that you basically said, I came into this situation thinking you had no value, and you personally changed my mind just for you.
Yeah.
And I will continue to believe that women don't have value."
But then he will
Yeah.
go in parties like, women aren't funny, but Liz is.
Yeah,
you should
but
check
Liz,
out
you
Liz.
should check out Liz.
That's like really
I mean, that's
good.
free
And I-
promotion.
And I,
but-
I was like, I'm not taking that. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want you to come back. Like to me, that's like you're just an awful person. That what? Like I'm supposed to pat you on the back for being somewhat open-minded in this
Yeah.
moment. Anyway, have this conversation, and I was calm about it. But I was like, just so you know, what you said was hurtful. And I don't know if he understood. It didn't matter. But everybody behind it saw it happen,
Yeah.
and they all went, I don't like female comics, but you're funny. Like, and they all thought it was, and it ended up being like a very funny
Oh,
situation
shit.
because they were all like they saw this like teaching moment, probably
Yeah.
failure teaching moment go down. But also, I have to assess my safety whenever I say anything to anybody.
Yeah.
And I think everybody does. I think you're in a situation where you're like, I don't live here.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else. Sometimes somebody else is driving me around. Now we're taking like Ubers. Half the time the hotel is near the venue. Sometimes you can't say anything because you're like, I don't want to die because
Yeah.
this guy's an idiot.
I mean,
Yeah.
but you athletic. You look like you got a couple rounds in you. You look
I'm
like
scrappy. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you look
scrappy.
scrappy.
Oh,
And
no.
you
She
from
does
Jersey too.
CrossFit.
And I got
Yeah,
nails,
and you
man.
look at those nails. That one
Yeah.
is fucking sharp
Yeah,
as shit.
no, this one just broke. It really
Yeah.
broke me out. But no, I'll get some DNA under that.
Yeah.
But that's that comment that the guy did. It's a lot of people online as well who would like DM me or whatever. Like, oh, I don't really do this often, but you're so funny. I had to message you. I'm like, they just love making things about themselves.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah, I ignore that.
I wouldn't
though.
do that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I ignore the online shit because I'm like, most
you
of the
can't.
time they don't
There's
even
no-
have it's not even like it's a real account, but usually their profiles are private or they got like
Yeah.
4 pictures and you
Yeah.
can tell they just use this account to do that type of stuff. And
Troll.
I'm like, I don't,
People
I
love
don't
that.
get into it.
People are obsessed with it.
Yeah. How do you shit, damn, I forgot my goddamn question.
That's okay.
Fuck.
We were talking about how we all met
Yeah.
and
It's interesting because when me and Shafi drove, I just had come back.
But you
from
got
Europe.
the new car. Now you got fixed windshield. I'm
Yeah,
kind
no.
of jealous of that.
No, I got the better Shafi.
Yeah.
Yeah, new and improved
I have
Shafi.
improved.
Yeah, he has a girlfriend. He's like almost on time. So-
Crush.
No, he had a girl, but you still late a little bit. But
Yeah.
it was fine because
I'm
he makes up
always
for it
I'm
with the
always late.
speed that he
he
drives.
does. He's a speeder.
That's motherfucker. You have no choice but to pray and go to sleep. He was like, I'm gonna just fucking sleep this
Do you
off.
guys feel like not safe when I drive? I thought I'm a.
No, I
I
thought
thought
it was safe. That's fine.
I do.
Yeah.
I've officially given Shafi a hard time every time he's late. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we're gonna teach
Yeah,
you
yeah.
how
I'm
clocks
always
work.
late.
No, I don't
My
even,
favorite is he
yeah.
always goes traffic. I go, we live in New York City.
Yeah.
There's
It's always
traffic.
traffic.
But
This
traffic
isn't
adds
myster-
up.
No.
Like I look
Believe
at it.
me,
It's like
at 4
30
o'clock
minutes,
on a Friday,
and then
of
it
course
adds to
there's
like
traffic.
40. And like, okay, that 10 minute it changes
I'm
everything.
always late, so that's why I don't mind it. I'm like, I was gonna be late regardless,
Yeah.
even if I drove myself. We went through like
But we have
went
never
through-
been to a gig late ever.
We never got to a
Never.
gig late, but one time, this is like Shafi is forever great for this. Like there was we did a college. Remember that college we did?
Yeah.
Upstate or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And he performed, and then I went on, and then it was like, yo, shutting the school down. There's a hurricane.
Oh
or
no,
some shit
that
coming.
was a SUNY. That was
SUNY. Yeah, okay. We went to SUNY College or SUNY University.
SUNY University, yeah.
SUNY University. He did his time.
Stony Brook.
And then I went on, and they was like, yo, there's a storm coming. You got to get off stage. I was like, how much time I got left? They was like, now.
Yeah.
Wow.
They gave me the check or whatever. We fucking get in the car. As we're driving, he is like fucking just getting it, right? And like they were not lying. Like neighborhoods were flooded.
Yeah.
Neighborhoods
Katrina
were
was
like
coming.
there was we got to certain intersections and
Cars
water
were
was
flooded.
like cars were
People
flooded.
are just like leaving their cars
and
like,
we're driving through fucking ponds pretty much. And I'm like,
crazy.
yo,
we could have swum.
we could have like got stalled out at any time because the water was like up to
What
the
gave
door.
you the confidence to do
I was
that?
like, we gotta go home.
And he's just like, he's just like, we got to get home, and he's just getting through it.
This is an action movie.
Yeah.
guys.
It was.
Oh my god.
It was like 2012,
Yeah.
but with like flooding and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it was fucking bananas, yo. It was crazy, and he got us home, and I'm like, thank God, yo.
Yeah.
Fucking,
The
I
speed
appreciate
right
it. Because anybody who didn't drive that like you drive dangerously naturally, so you're just like, I don't give a fuck about no flooding. I'm from Bangladesh, motherfucker.
I mean, I'm used to flooding. It's like this is like a Tuesday for us.
You're like this pond water.
I
I'm fine.
remember this is a true story. I was going to school, like I was like in middle school, and then our bus stopped because there was just so much water on the ground.
Yeah.
So they got boats. We went to school, and the rest of the ride, we just took a boat to school.
Amazing.
Isn't
That's
that like
our-
the
That'd be
best
cool
part?
as fuck.
Yeah.
I know it's terrible situations,
No, but you're just
I'm
like, hey guys,
go
we're
rent a boat.
ducks now.
Still
Let's
got
go.
to school.
Yeah.
We're like, you gotta do calculus. Go
Yeah.
and do calculus.
I actually got to like learn a lot. Whenever I'm like on a road with people, I ask a bunch of questions. I know I was asking you a bunch of questions in your car too. I just got to get to know the person I was with. He taught me a lot about Bangladesh.
Yeah.
I remember you said that people would like they would stand on the side of the road and ask for money, and if you didn't give them money, they would
God.
throw a bag of shit at you.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is the thing that people.
Don't teach people here that.
That's like such a good tactic, right?
Yeah,
so
That's
they don't-
guaranteed
they don't-
money. I
so
give it up.
They have like a bag with their own poop in it.
Yeah.
Good for
And
them.
then they'll knock on the window, be like, nice. They won't show the poop. But then once you open the window, they tell you that they pitch you that, oh, I want money. And then you're like, no, I don't have money. You are about to close the window. They put their hand. They're like, this is poop. And you're like, what? You're not going to give money? It's like, no, I have like a lot of money now, actually. Don't throw the poop at me. It's like the most effective way.
Yo, that is the best way to
We
rob
have-
somebody, just with a bag of shit.
Bangladesh homeless people are way more creative than New York City homeless
Absolutely,
Yeah.
but don't teach them. I like
Yeah.
how uncreative.
I hope you don't
they-
ha- I don't
Actually,
ha-
that's not true. We got people are dancing on the subway.
Yeah.
We got dancers.
But
we
now
got
they've been
poets.
doing the same dances, yo. I'm like, do something,
Actually,
switch up the routine.
I have
Yeah.
to say, I love kind of like because we do the same thing. I love a good corny joke, but there was a bunch of like break dancers in the subway, and he was just like, "Hey, we don't kick anybody. That's guys in the Bronx. That's not us." And it was just such perfect timing, and I just had this huge smile on my face where I'm like, "This is a good joke. I like
That's
that."
like, I
Someone
gotta
said
do
that?
Yeah, no, because it was one of those days where every single train I was on, there was like a bunch of guys
Yeah.
dancing, and
Summertime.
so I just make sure because I don't want them to trip. I'm like very much a mom about it, so I just make sure I put my feet under, and the guy just goes to see. He's like, "Hey, we're gonna be dancing, we're gonna be flipping. Nobody's gonna get hurt. Those are the guys from the Bronx. Give it up." And then it was like, I was like, "That's a solid joke."
That is a solid
And
joke,
when they
but
don't
he's
get a
telling
re-
the truth. People be, I've seen people get drinks knocked out of their hands. I'm like,
Yeah,
you're supposed
no.
to be a professional,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, but it's moving.
Yeah,
and
but-
especially that 4 train, they take some turns real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain people be killing it though.
No, there's some great
Yeah.
dancers, but at the same time, I'm just trying to get to work.
Yeah.
They should just have like a reality show in New York where like who was the most America's Got Talent with a version of like America's most talented homeless person.
Yeah, we would win.
They already have so many skills.
I'm like, isn't that called America's Got Talent?
yeah.
Because all those talents on America's Got Talents are homeless talents.
Oh, really?
Like when else
of those-
can
I
you
haven't seen
learn
I
that you
haven't
can
seen a
stick a
single episode.
sword down your throat?
yeah.
When you don't have nothing else to eat.
Yeah.
You have nothing else to eat. You're like,
Just
maybe
trying
the
to push down
sword.
the golden
Yeah.
burger.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Yo, we are out of time. Thank y'all for coming on to the podcast. Do y'all mind sticking around for the Patreon?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, man.
Let's do it.
Hey, people. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you follow Liz Miele at where?
At Liz Miele, Miele.
And where can they follow you, Shafi?
At Shafi Stands Up. SHAFI Shafi Stand Up. Please.
All right. I'll see y'all on the Patreon.